Hello and welcome to the Bearded Hammer YouTube channel. Now I know it's been a hot minute since we've uploaded on here, but other things have got in the way of that. But today is a very important day for West Ham United. So make sure you subscribe if you're a West Ham United fan, and we can all bring up news together and find out what is going on with the latest and greatest opinion on the club. Now today we take on Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is not a game I'm looking forward to, and usually form goes out the window. The only thing is, you need to have some form for it to go out the window. Although we've got a couple of draws in the last couple of games against Newcastle and Chelsea, I don't fancy our chances today. Sky and other media outlets are talking up Tottenham's injury crisis of 4 players. We'll get into that in a minute. The bit that I'm more concerned about is Antonio Conte. If he was in the dugout today, I was a little bit confident we might take something from the game. But he has had an injury or an operation or something, gone back to Italy to have an assessment done, and he's currently staying in injury. So he's number 2. Christian Stellini is going to take charge. Tottenham are unbeaten under him. They look a lot more of a unit without Conte in that dugout, which is saying something for Chelsea, for Tottenham, that they're better without their manager. I think possibly that could be the same for West Ham United. We currently sit 18th in the Premier League after yesterday's results. Everton winning, Southampton winning. They're only 2 points behind us now. Everyone in that group of relegation candidates, I suppose, apart from Wolves and Leicester, who are now starting to pull away a little bit. All right, they're only 4 points ahead, but they're all pivoting. Everton got a Sean Dyche in. Southampton brought in Nathan Jones just before the World Cup, sacked him. Leeds have got rid of Jesse Marsh. Bournemouth are the only ones who haven't. They've stuck with Gary O'Neill after sacking Scott Parker in the beginning of the season, but still they won. West Ham are the only ones who haven't. We're sticking with David Moyes because that's what we do. Now I'm sure some of you may have seen over on the FDT TV channel or the West Ham Irons channel previously, I am a big proponent of David Moyes. That is starting to change. The man who has had the 3rd most games in the Premier League as a manager looks clueless. He doesn't change things, he can't adapt, and again, we're suffering an injury crisis. So let's go through that now. So, West Ham's injury news. Maxwell Cornet, apparently he's still out. Looked like a good signing to start off with, but he's out until next month, I believe. Kurt Zouma has got a thigh injury. He is out till the end of this month. I don't think he's going to be available though today. Alphonse Areola, again, another thigh injury, out to the end of this month. Naya Fagerd has looked really good since coming back, but again, I think this is going to be one of those players who's now stricken by injuries at West Ham. We seem to have horrific injury records for players, and I don't know if it's the medical team, the training ground, a mix of both. We can't seem to get back. There has been some positive news. Apparently he's 75% likely that he could be in contention, but would you want to push him back? I don't know. And that's the same with Aaron Cresswell, who has a virus. That's why he's been out. But Emerson, who I don't particularly rate, did score against Chelsea, so we'll give him that. Let him start. He's found a little bit of form playing consistently, so that's good. Gianluca Scamacca, apparently he's back in training, but I don't think it's going to be time for him. And obviously, Lucas Paqueta, probably going to be out for, I think I've read about 12 weeks, which is not good. So we'll probably find Declan Rice and Thomas Souček double in the middle today. For Tottenham, Yves Bissouma, he's out with an ankle or foot injury. Seems to have been injury stricken since he got to Tottenham, but again, not getting on the team sheet because there's better players about. Hugo Lloris, again, probably isn't a loss at this point, is he? He's a bit ropey, but he's out. Ryan Sessegnon is out, and Bentancur, who's probably one of the players I was a bit more concerned about, is also out. That's good for everyone though. No one really cares, let's be honest. Tottenham currently sitting 5th in the Premier League, could move up to join Newcastle on points. I think or could go above Newcastle, sorry, if they win today, which I think they might. West Ham have actually lost 100 games now against Tottenham, which is not good. Let's not make it 101. We do need 3 points today. If we don't get it, do we pivot on David Moyes? I think as a fan base, the answer is 100% yes. There are a few candidates that could be open for poaching, one of those being Graham Potter at Chelsea, who is not doing particularly well, but Chelsea look like they're playing decent football. They just can't get the luck over the line. That will click at some point, the amount of signings they've made. Will Graham Potter still be in charge? I don't know. Other than that, I think more realistic options, I would like to see either one of these two people, Wayne Rooney or Michael Carrick, actually, who's doing quite well in the Championship, playing some decent high-press football. I think it's with Middlesbrough. And actually, I would like to see them given a chance. And anything's better than Moyes at this point. There's not other big managers that we can take. Although we've spent an absolute fortune, it could go from bad to worse if we get relegated. So that's what we have to think about is, are we able to attract these big names in a relegation battle? No, not. But, yeah, more realistically, I do think we're going to lose today. I don't like to be negative about the club, but I think it's just going to be heaped on more and more and more. And unfortunately, I think it could be a big scoreline. We've got a lot of key players out. If we nick a 1-0, fantastic. But is that enough to keep David Moyes in a job? The board will say yes, because we stick with him and look what he's going to do for us. But actually, with the players that he's brought in, he hasn't brought in players that suit his style. So whether that's come from the board or his recruitment team, I don't know. Either way, he needs to change, or the club needs to change. And I think it's going to be easier for the club to change, if I'm totally honest, and try and freshen things up. It doesn't always work, but you seem to get that new manager bounce. I think we missed out on a key manager that went to Everton, in Sean Dyche. I think you put him at the reins of West Ham, you're going to get that same hard working, but I think you're going to get a better style of football eventually. People will moan that he plays 4-4-2, and that's what he had at Burnley. But that's what he had the opportunity to play with. You give him that club, squad of players. Ben Rama is good on the ball. Paqueta's good on the ball. Bowen's all good on the ball, but run around. Skibaka is a fox in a box. You're going to get a better style of football. But we've missed out on him. He's gone to one of our rivals in Everton, who will now stave off relegation, even though they haven't spent anything. That's the hard thing. But yeah, so we will wait and see what today's result is. I'm not confident, as I said, in our chances, although I would love a win. I don't think there's anything else to say. We will have another video coming out on Declan Rice and his escapades in the Premier League, potential moves away from West Ham. As you can see, we've got the shirt behind us. Hopefully he stays, but I think it's unrealistic at this point, providing it's handled correctly. I don't hold any grudges. But until then, I've been the Bearded Hammer. Make sure you're subscribed. Put a comment in the comment section below of what you think today's score is going to be. And until next week, we'll see you soon.